What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to talk about AMC, GME as well as the overall broader market. So today AMC was up for 6.28% for the day. It had a high of $12.71. The average volume on AMC is around 52.14 million, but today's volume was around 32.100 million. So volume is definitely going up a slight bit. Now, like I have been mentioning in my videos in the past, that it just come down to the overall broader market. If the overall broader market shows some sign of some sort of a upward momentum coming into the market, then AMC and GME both are going to go up along with it, because these two stocks are heavily shorted and the shorts will cover a slight bit of position which will create some sort of a upward momentum in both of them. Now let's come over to the GameStop. Now GameStop was up for 7.48% for the day. It had a high of $135.86. The average volume on GameStop is around 5.17 million, but today's volume was around 3.08 million, which has been quite steady from last couple of weeks. It almost come around 3.08, but right now we still have no green signal to the upside, though the option flow is extremely bullish. But we need the overall model market to have some sort of a relief as well. Then only we can have a confirmation towards both AMC and GME experiencing some sort of upward momentum coming into it. Now let's come over to the SPY. Now the SPY was up for 0.22% for the day. It had a high of $369.37. Now as we can see, according to the price action that's happening on the SPY is definitely trying to break out to the upside. But every time it goes up a slight bit, it goes down straight away. There is no relief that's been coming into the overall broader market for the meanwhile. Definitely we are waiting for a bounce, and that bounce is almost due. What's going to happen is these short sellers, those who have been shorting the overall broader market, they have to cover their short position. When they are done with shorting, they personally think that now it's enough, we need to cover those positions. Then we're going to experience some sort of aggressive upward momentum coming into the SPY, and that would be a sign of some sort of relief. Now we know that from last couple of months we have been fooled by these market makers. They let the SPY go up a slight bit, and then from the next day or the following day onwards the SPY start going down. Now we haven't found any kind of a confirmation yet. The market maker is playing the game back and forth. It's very hard to predict where the market is going to go from here onwards. Now the kind of upward momentum that we experienced today into the overall broader market and the many major stocks out there, there was not much of a upward momentum coming into it. In Amazon, in Google, in Facebook, we didn't saw much of an aggressive upward momentum, which could indicate that there is some sort of relief that's going to come into the market. We still believe that there is some sort of a downtrend left into the overall broader market, and then we're going to have some sort of a temporary run to the upside. Now let's come over to the options flow for the AMC. Now I've increased the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing. Now these mini whales were buying put options on AMC, and they are very confident that AMC is going down from here onwards. Now when I bring down the premium a little bit and see what exactly the mini whale and the retail are doing, majority of the retail and the mini whales were onto the upside, and they are expecting some sort of aggressive momentum coming into the AMC from next week onwards. Though the AMC options flow has been extremely bearish throughout the time I have been watching it, but from last couple of days there is a little bit change of sentiment coming towards the AMC. A lot of individuals are buying call options and they are expecting some sort of upward momentum. The rest, there was nothing majorly suspicious coming out of the options flow for the AMC. Now let's come over to the options flow for the GME. Now I've increased the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing. Now this whale was almost buying $1 million call option. That's a $300 call option that's going to expire in 307 days, and these are 438 contracts this individual is buying, which indicates that somebody out there is extremely bullish that something is about to happen in the GameStop. And the rest, these two were put option. These are leap put option. They are giving enough time to themselves. If something goes bad, if the GME goes to $300, they can average down on this position and try to make the money back on the way down. They still have quite a lot of days in it. Now when I bring down the premium a little bit and see what exactly the mini whale and the retail are doing, majority of them are onto the upside. They are extremely bullish in the terms of the GameStop, and they are expecting the GameStop is going to have some sort of aggressive momentum coming into it. Though there were quite a lot of put option as well in the GameStop, these $70 put option particularly, these individuals are buying these options expecting that the GameStop will go to $70 in another 62 days time. This was a slight bit suspicious, that I would say, in the options flow, because these individuals are particularly targeting $70 strike price on the GameStop. with 62 days expiration, which indicates somebody is bearish, extremely bearish on the GameStop. But majority of the retail and the mini whales are onto the upside, and they are buying short expiration call options, and then they are expecting some sort of aggressive momentum coming into the GameStop from here onwards. The rest, there was nothing majorly suspicious coming out of the options flow for the GME. Now let's come over to the options flow for the SPY. Now I've increased the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing. Now these whales were buying put options on the SPY, and they're expecting that the SPY will keep going down from here onwards. What I personally think, that's what's going to happen on the SPY as well. They are going to short the SPY a little bit more further, and then we might experience some sort of upper momentum. Right now, in this kind of a market, it's very hard to predict what's going to happen, though we have a quite a lot of gap that is coming into the charts of the SPY. Now these gap indicates that there is a upward momentum which is almost about to be expected coming into the SPY, because these gaps need to be filled. But there are some gaps that can't be filled straight away right now, but it might take some years or months time to before it come back to these prices. But I personally think we are in an extremely oversold state right now when I talk in terms of the overall broader market, and there are these kind of a gap in almost each and every stock out there which need to be filled. But there is no good news out there. Anytime there is a slight bit of pump in the overall broader market, the short seller starts shorting the stock again towards the downside. So we just have to wait and see for a very bullish green signal coming out of the overall broader market. You just have to check the options flow. Now when I bring down the premium a little bit and see what exactly the mini whales are doing, and majority of them are again onto the downside. They are buying huge amount of contracts on the put side. That means they are betting that the SPY will keep going down from here onwards. Now the big mini is definitely buying some ridiculous put options. They are buying this $330 put option that's gonna expire in 62 days, and these are 25,000 contracts, and he's paying $15.4 million for it. There was another one, $395 put option that's going to expire in 216 days, and that individual is paying $15.6 million for it. In the money option, this individual is buying and is giving enough time to himself. Even if the SPY goes above 395, which I personally believe it can happen, then this individual can average down a slight bit on his position or take a loss. Now when I bring down the premium a slight bit more further and see what exactly the mini whales are doing. Now there was some of the call buying that was happening in this section, and they are buying leap option. They are very confident that the SPY will keep going up from here onwards. Now I personally believe we are still expecting for some sort of a aggressive sell-off that is about to happen in the overall broader market due to the fears of inflation. Now when we look at the news right now, or you see any YouTube video, they all are talking about inflation, recession, and which is creating a lot of FUD in the market. That's what the market maker want. They want the negative sentiment to be out there, and then they quickly run the market to the upside so that a lot of put options will be expiring worthless, and then they can short the market again back down from the highs that they're gonna make. Now these call options were not extremely suspicious, but they are betting quite a bit of money to the upside, and they are all betting that the SPY will keep going up from here onwards. But majority of them were onto the downside, and they are all betting that the SPY will keep going down from here onwards. So thanks for watching my video. Please like and subscribe my channel, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Cheers.